Ladies and gentlemen, it's 1 a.m. and it's been over 2 days now that the biggest video I've ever been a part of on YouTube was released, and I want to talk about it.
What up, Primal?
The Liver King.
The Liver King.
The Liver King.
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 Liver King. Liver King.
Liver King.
Liverman ripoff.
I guess I'll talk a little bit about the inception of this video, how it started, how it was made, and what we wanted to get out of it. Derek came to me asking if I wanted to be a part of this video after he had seen that I had made prior videos on Liver King. He liked my style on YouTube and he liked Alex's editing style as well. Derek does credit myself, but Alex, behind these edits right here, behind my YouTube channel, deserves a lot of credits as well. So if you guys in the comment section, just make it an appreciation for Alex. He did an exquisite job on that video, and he's been an incredibly helpful person to the success of myself and this channel. One of the first things that I said was, this is obviously a juicy story.
Yeah.
We could just make this into a quick talking about the emails, and it'll be, it'll blow up the internet because of the information that it has, but it might be a little bit more effective if we talk about the evolution of Liver King, and then we talk about the problem that he creates, and then we can bring up the lie on top of that. And what we end up having is that the PED use, that's just part of the lie. In fact, in this video, it's half of the lie. Half of the documentary builds the lie that he tells and the lie that so many charlatans before him have told. It builds that up. And then the second half builds the lie about the PED use. So that was our goal. The first thing I did was I wrote an outline and I sent it back to Derek, and he said, "This looks great." And in that outline, I had my part, which was talking about the charlatans, as it's something that I feel like I'm a pretty big expert in, because I don't know how long ago it was. I made my first video. I think it was about Joel Seedman. There's something about the importance that I hold on my message and just things around fitness and this industry, that when someone kind of tears it down in a way that's very vitriolic and builds their own product in the same way, and I disagree with the way they do it. I don't even necessarily disagree with the methodology itself, but all the terms that I use in that video, those are things that affect me personally. They just affect who I am, and I get kind of angry about it. And the first thing I do when I get angry about things or emotional about things is I want to know why that is. And something that's oddly therapeutic for me is to break down exactly what's happening. And that's what I want to do. Like, that's the charlatan playbook. That's what I told Derek, and Derek said, "That sounds brilliant." And before we get into the charlatan playbook, let's talk about the history. Let's talk about everything that Brian Johnson had done. Then when we talk about the charlatan playbook, we can bring those actions we can mirror those actions, because he follows it just like every snake oil salesman, grifter, charlatan, whatever you want to call them, have done since the dawn of time. We want to be able to develop this so that we can think bigger picture. We can think beyond just natty or not call outs. In fact, I remember vividly when Derek approached me, I remember vividly saying, this is not going to be a typical natty or not call out. If you want to make this thing good, if Alex, myself, and you want to make this into something that can stand the test of time, that will go beyond just this news cycle that's going to definitely flip on, the next thing is going to come on, that will stand the test of time, we have to build something up. And that was the purpose of that first half of the video. Now, the public response was purely second half. The most common take that I saw from anyone was shocking news, like a surprised Pikachu face, right? Like everyone's being very sarcastic. This take of, "Oh wow, Liver King is on steroids. We didn't know that." That's it. That's really the only take that I've seen. And it's an okay one. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Like that's pretty much how most of us feel. However, there is something that I want everyone to reflect on. Before anyone knew this information, the Liver King would show up to like UFC events, and the camera would pan to him and they go, "Oh, we got Liver King in the house." And then, he would walk around and people would take pictures with him and they would, pull up their shirts. And he was kind of this lovable meme, and he was the lovable heel, right? Even the people that knew that he was on steroids or could have guessed that he was on steroids, they still were on board with him. Do you think we would be saying the same thing now? That's why it's important. That's why it's effective. Those same people that would go up and lift their shirts up and flex their abs with Liver King likely won't do it again. I don't think UFC is going to pan to the Liver King anymore. Just because it's something that we knew, right, or guessed, doesn't mean that this information isn't important. Another thing that I think people glossed over was the calculations behind this. There was a message in that initial email that he sent that said, "I want 1 million followers by this time." Following that, he said, "I want to be in peak shape," essentially meaning I want to be in this incredibly high exogenous hormone state that makes me look like a fucking superhero, so I can sell. In that instance right there, that's such a crucial moment to this video, and I'm surprised no one really talks about it, because in that moment, his message, his tenets, they are linked with his steroid use. There was never a gap between his steroid use and his tenets. So in essence, when we link those two things, his message is no longer going to be able to save him. That is something that not many people have talked about at all. One channel so far that I've seen, one video that I've seen so far was Alex Bromley's.
Brian Johnson, the guy that is Liver King, is a salesman. It's the same game that people that build cults and religious followings play. It's integral to marketing.
It's exactly that. It's all about, because if we look at bigger picture things, looking at the charlatans, looking at the way that salesmen work in this and the amplification of all of this through social media, this is new. Like this never happened before. We've never seen the grifter explode that fast. I mean, this is in a matter of months. This man had millions of followers and was making an additional millions of dollars on his supplement company, or I should say supplement companies rather. But yeah, Alex Bromley had a great video on this, and he went the exact direction that I'm going in now. And I hope that upon viewing this, you guys can kind of go through that lens or the same lens that I'm pointing you in the direction of.
And it all points to the fact of who he is, which he is a salesman. That's who he is through and through. The image of Liver King, this is modern advertising. 20 years ago, this would have been a Super Bowl commercial, and he would have been no different than the Marlboro Man, the Budweiser Frogs, the Beef Squatch. Like, that's who he is.
I want to close this video off by asking you a question and maybe saying for you guys, I know you were going to comment and say that Alex is the shit, which you should do. And maybe you can add in your thoughts on this. But the linking of the Liver King's message and the steroid use. Let's say that Liver King was never able to get his message out there simply because he didn't have the body that he did, which could be up for debate. It's likely to be that his message would have never been amplified to this level. In fact, I would say that's damn near factual. But I want you to wonder if anything he did was actually remarkable. Anything. Look, that's all I wanted to say. I have some more content coming out around this. I will be doing some stuff with Derek in the future. So comment below. Also, add into that comment how awesome Alex is. And I'll see you guys in the next video.